Well, once again, good morning and welcome to Friday Thoughts, Living Faithfully Together. Something a little different today. We're sitting around in the sanctuary, around the baptismal font, and thinking about some of the events of this past week as we as a staff have walked with Pastor Carrie while her daughter and son-in-law tested positive, her grandchildren tested positive for COVID-19. And our anxiety, needless to say, has been higher this week because of it. And so we've walked together as a community of faith, as staff, and we walked with our fears and concerns about you, the congregation, as well. And we are very happy to say that Pastor Carrie and her husband Ron have tested negative. They are fine, though she will be away from church this Sunday just to make sure there's been time for quarantining. But we have worked so hard to put together plans around in-person worship outdoors that is safe as much as we can make it so. And you have responded to that well, and so we want to be able to share all of that with you. And so my thoughts today are around some of that, the anxiety that increases, the fears that are real, but also the wonder of God's presence in the midst of all of that. So I wanted to share a couple of readings from Steve Garnaas Holmes, who writes a blog called Unfolding Light. And the first is simply entitled Another Question. It goes like this: how are you? You know, that's a good question. To connect with someone's inner experience, make sure you ask it also of yourself. Take it seriously and also leave it behind. For you live in a world that's bigger than you, greater than how you are doing. And then once you've asked it, ask, what is God doing? Now that will take more thought, more wonder, more trust. It might take a whole day of just watching to begin to see. Even amidst gloom and disaster, in the face of injustice and suffering, God is doing something. What? Well, wonder, look, be curious. Spend your day like this. And frankly, how you are doing, well, it will change. So I think that's good food for thought for all of us in the midst of the uncertainties of these days. Spend some time looking for the power and the presence of God and wonder about it and ask, what is God up to? Because God is at work. As I look around and see the life of our congregation and I see how phone calls continue and heartfelt prayers and concern are shared, I am so thankful for this community of faith, for what it means for us to be held together, to be cherished together in the midst of all of that. To see you in person on Sundays, for those who can come, those who can't, we fully understand. And to see the responses of others saying it feels safer than we thought, and that community is happening. For that we rejoice. And then in the midst of that, never let go of those gifts of prayers and the support that everyone needs through the ups and the downs, the heartaches of new diagnosis and new happenings in one's life, whether that's the gift of new children or heartache and struggle in a marriage, the death of a family member or someone who's sick, whether it's COVID or not. The prayers and the gifts of the community are always needed. So that's really what I wanted to share today. We are in good shape for Sunday. We still hope now that you can come. We're so grateful that Pastor Carrie is tested negative, and we simply share that. So all the work and preparation that we put in still remains strong. And I'm so grateful for all the work of our Restart team, the thoughtfulness of all of that. This Sunday will be a communion service outdoors, weather permitting. And if for some reason it's raining, then we will get that word out as quickly as we can by Sunday morning, no later than 8 a.m., maybe sooner. And then if you can't worship outdoor in person, then certainly log in to the pre-recorded service online or a live stream that we will do from the sanctuary, and we'll share communion there in that manner. So I hope you can come. So I want to end then also with a reading from Unfolding Light that's simply entitled, Bid Me Come. It's also from our gospel reading where Peter says, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. When you're afraid of the storm, when the wind and the waves and the weariness bullies you, you want a Savior. You want to hear that comforting voice. But don't be fooled by relaxing easement. Sometimes the sovereign of heaven and heart won't becalm you, won't hasten you to paradise, but will make you say, "Have me join you." And if it is truly the one, you will. The beloved will draw you out of the boat of assurance, and you will step into the deep unknown, and you will sink. You will plunge into the dark chaos, the sea, formless and void, and you will be immersed in the baptismal drowning. Jesus holding your hand no matter how deep you go, and only then will you be raised. You will be delivered from the womb of the sea, new and wet and infant, breathing in with renewed passion this cherished life, this miraculous new belonging. And the storm outside will vanish within, and calm will be in its place. May that be your experience today and in the coming week, and God watch over you and keep you. Take care.